And it's not because we don't value and feast on the truths that are there, but how do we be Father in the earth that's constantly revealing the new aspects of himself, right? Then my son gave me this book that I absolutely am just loving. Gave me this book for Mother's Day. It's called New Seeds of Contemplation. And there's a chapter, I'm serious, y'all, when I was reading it, when he had me read a couple of passages as I was sitting there on Mother's Day, and I'm in tears reading just the few chapters he had me read, which I just absolutely love it. But there's one passage that I want to read to you guys, and to what we're saying. He writes, the mind that is the prisoner of conventional ideas and the will that is the captive of its own desire cannot accept the seeds of the unfamiliar. Now let that sink in. The mind that is the prisoner of conventional ideas and the will that is the captive of its own desire cannot accept the seeds of the unfamiliar and a supernatural desire. For how can I receive the seeds of freedom if I am in love with slavery? And how can I cherish the desire of God if I am filled with another and an opposite desire? And then he goes on. I mean, so good. But when I read that, I had to stop, and I'm thinking, Father, that's exactly what we've been talking about. Not to say we throw everything out going, oh, it didn't even know what it was talking about. But Father is wanting to unveil for us aspects of himself that have never been seen or experienced before in the earth, in humanity. And you and I, for no disparaging anything, we're content with what we know and what's familiar. And it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. But how do we make room for what Father wants to pour out of himself in the earth that all creation has been groaning for? And are you and I those people that say, pick me, I'm willing to go where no man has gone before? To quote a Star Trek thing, I really am willing to be the one that says, yes, Lord, I may not understand, I may not have a grid for what it is, but yes, I want that. I want to know myself, thus know you at that level. Because it's not just about being a woo-woo thing, it's about knowing him and yourself at that level, about experiencing him and you yourself at that level that you've never even considered about you and him, your oneness in him, that, like, for faithfulness, that you've never even considered that faithfulness would take on that level of explosive power and identity, because you've only seen it like this so far. Because all of that is Father revealing himself in the earth, revealing our oneness in him in the earth, right? So when we talk about faithfulness today, now Galatians 5:22, I just want to read it one more time because, we love it. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Y'all, if you catch nothing else in these last 7 weeks that we've been talking, please catch that. Against such things there is no law. That statement, just that little sentence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. Those little 7 words tell you all you need to know about these technologies and the power that they are, and the power the Father wants released in creation, in the earth, through you, as you and I engage these technologies. Because that statement, that sentence by itself tells you there is a power contained within each of these technologies that we're barely allowing to be expressed through us, through this physical frame called body. Against such things there is no law. Now I looked up the word the definition of faithfulness in the Webster's, just to see how humanity has defined something Father says there's no boundary to. Pardon me, there is no law to. The definition, according to Webster's, of faithfulness is the quality of being loyal to someone or something and consistently practicing that loyalty. It can also mean keeping one's promises no matter the circumstances. No matter the circumstances. And I found that interesting when I read that, no matter the circumstances. It almost sets you up mentally and in your heart to expect conflict. Right? I mean, it's almost like this unspoken, oh, no matter the oh gosh, that means I'm really going to face some stuff that I've got to choose faithfulness. But and yeah, okay. All right. That's true. But what's an even greater truth than that? Could it be that part of that definition, from according to Father's heart, is you learn to not look at anything through the grid of what human man has created, through the framework of what human man has said, this defines this is that equal sign. But you look at everything, you discern everything through the fabric of Father's nature and character. Just saying, just throwing that out there. Some similar words, according to the dictionary, some similar words that faithfulness is like are the words fidelity, loyalty, devotion, true-heartedness, dependability, trustworthiness, steadfast, truth, truthfulness, and authenticity. And one place I read, they said that the meaning of faithfulness is this, and I quote, one who has an unswerving adherence to a person or thing or to the oath of promise by which a tie was contracted, meaning tied together. One who has an unswerving adherence to a person, place, or thing, to the oath of a promise by which a tie was contracted, a covenant made. That right there shows you Father's heart about you know me. You know me. You know you. You may have taught yourself by habitual use of saying something's not real, or you aren't something, or whatever. You may have trained yourself to be blinded to certain things, not react to respond to certain things, but you know me and you know you. And what's so great about that is you and I can choose to say, you know what? I'm no longer going to be blinded to certain things. I'm no longer going to disregard what's happening in the spirit realm around me. I am created to engage every aspect of Father's heart, of his nature, of his character. Like Yeshua said, I think it's in John 14-ish, that the Father tells the Son everything. He literally used those words, everything. The Father tells the Son everything, shows the Son everything. And if that's true, that applies to you and I, because you and I are sons. We're seated in Christ. We're one with him, right? We are the Christed one in the earth. It is only our choosing that blinds us to anything regarding what Father is doing.